right,
back.
welcome to Subjectively Correct. A day early and late and all that, whatever, blah blah blah. Look, it's gonna be a quick episode. Basically, Jake didn't want to do it this week, so he thought of a bad excuse, and then I sprung
Gotcha.
onto him the old like, okay, yeah, then I'm sure you're not available. I'm sure you're available this week, aren't you? And then, yep, sure enough, he was. Couldn't think of an excuse to get out of it today. So
I wanted
I
to do
think
it.
my real theory is that he just didn't want to watch The Family Plan too. Because that could have been on the docket. I was nearly because I decided to have him read Batman Noel, which I had read before, I think last year, and so we're gonna talk about that. And then I was this close to texting also watch The Family Plan too. But that'll be back pocketed for the New Year's week episode or whatever we're
That
gonna be
was
doing
also
then.
gonna be
So
I don't know what the Family Plan 2 is on, but that was gonna be another boat watch.
well, except that one will be high quality because it's streaming.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
So it won't be as much of a boat.
It'll be less coughs
it'll be more like a cruise liner watch.
in the legal stream.
It'll be more of a cruise liner watch.
Yeah,
So we're not gonna spend too much time on this week's episode. The big news, obviously, last week, the Supergirl trailer did drop. We were live talking about FNAF 2 the day the teaser for
the actual trailer.
the teaser came out.
Yeah.
And then
teaser.
the actual trailer came out, and it was worse than the teaser for the trailer.
Because it had more content.
Yeah. Look, I'm sure all of the, 2000 gun bros are like, this is going to be the best thing since the best thing of the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, people with a brain are going to be like, didn't they just make a Superman movie? And then realize, oh, wait, it's Supergirl.
Yeah.
And then didn't they just make a Supergirl movie? And then they're like, oh, wait, no, that was Wonder Woman. And that was 10 years ago.
The funny thing to me is the whole, like, in the trailer when I can talk about this after we watch the trailer if you want. But
we're not watching the trailer because WB, so we'd have to watch it in 2-second spurts and then take it off the screen.
In the trailer, she says, Superman sees the best in people, and I see the
That's
truth.
a powerful line.
And I was like,
it's powerful.
The funny thing about that is all the Gun Bros hate Snyder's Superman because of how nihilistic it is, and then that's just like the most nihilistic thing a superhero could possibly.
You don't understand. She's a mess. No, you don't understand. She's a mess.
I know.
Aren't you excited for more crypto?
It's just so funny to me that they don't.
Crypto's so cute.
Like people.
Is crypto gonna be in every single project?
Like people can't tell that those are like the exact same thing. It's like you don't like nihilistic stoic Superman, and then you get nihilistic Supergirl.
Get a load of this. Get a load of this Snyder, bro.
But it's good now.
Get a load of this guy.
Because it's Supergirl.
Someone here loves Justice League. Someone here loves Justice League.
Justice League garbage. Snyder cut longer, visually
slightly
better
less,
garbage.
Slightly less garbage.
Slightly less. Still garbage. DCEU is garbage. DCU thus far garbage.
More garbage.
More garbage.
Yeah, because Peacemaker Season 1 was in the DCEU and Peacemaker Season 2 is in the DCU. And one of those is far worse than the other one.
True. Peacemaker.
Yeah. Hey, James Gunn's not directing this one. And in response, we're getting a movie about a ragtag, could be good, could be bad hero with the furry CGI animal flying around to different space planets, and
I'm sure James
maybe not being a hero, but definitely being there and maybe doing stuff.
Maybe by the end of the movie, learning how to be a hero.
It's gonna be Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's gonna be a James Gunn movie.
No, it might make more sense.
True.
You see, you're discrediting that much. So, yeah. Dude, I don't know what. There's nothing we can say. It'll make $175 million maybe. Like all 45. Like Gun Bros, if you want to prove that. No, well, who was it? I can't remember who it was, but there was someone out there. It was John Campea, I think, who said not only was it going to be $1 billion movie, but it was going to beat Spider-Man
Brand new day.
Yeah, you know that one is gonna beat that one at the box office, and it's like,
I saw
yeah.
that
So
I saw
the
somebody say it was gonna beat that and Doomsday, and I was like,
okay,
no.
it won't be Doomsday, but it's gonna be, it's like, yeah, the derivative, the character who's a direct derivative of Supergirl's her own character, but I'm saying from how a normal average person will
Sweet
view it,
Superman, Supergirl.
the direct derivative of a different character that made 600 million at a box office is going to get not only more than 400 million of that, but then even more to pass Spider-Man, whatever it's gonna do.
hmm
Um,
I saw another one that was like after
it'll
the
probably be merch though.
Supergirl, like after the Supergirl trailer posted, they're like, dude, Marvel must be in shambles right now trying to get people hyped for their movies. I was like, bro, they're not. They're fine. They are, but it's
Yeah,
not because of Supergirl. They're
yeah, it's
not
because they
worried, bro.
suck.
It's just because their movies are bad. It's not because Supergirl's gonna blow them out of the water.
It's because impressively everything they've made for the last 5 years has sucked.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
haven't
DC. Except
accidentally made a good movie.
the funny thing is DC managed to accidentally make at least a couple good movies in their run of just absolute
Mhm.
stinker fest.
They would literally just trip and fall and make a good movie on accident
Yeah,
just because
the
their
first Wonder
characters are
Woman.
good.
It was like, yo, look, we accidentally made a good movie. Or what was another good movie? Shazam 1, that was all right.
It was fun. It wasn't. It
No,
wasn't
Shazam
great.
1 was all right.
It was
Shazam 2
alright.
sucked.
Shazam 2 was abysmal, but Shazam 1, it was fun. It was fun. I liked it.
Supergirl official teaser has 21 million views,
If all
369,000 likes. Top comment from Shada Chad says, Superman, in quotes, hope. Supergirl, in quotes, dope.
you know what's really funny? If all 21 million of those people go to the movie, it won't make $200 million. Like,
That doesn't track.
okay,
Movie
sorry.
tickets are going to be more than $10.
My bad. I did the math wrong. It'll make 400 million max, and then cut that in half because of
What
theater
the?
costs and everything else. It's gonna make $200 million max.
Yeah, hold on. My whole thing just broke. 1 second. I was trying to zoom in on that absolutely banger of a top comment. It's such a banger. I have to show it, and then it just all broke. So I don't know. That's awesome. Man, huge shout out YouTube. Thanks for sucking. Okay, fine. Jeez. Okay, yeah. No, this is awesome. Just keep continuing to work. This is great. I love when you see. So I was trying to set up the Ninja, or I was trying to join the Ninja so we could do the video call thing, and then it was like OBS was like, yeah, so your virtual cam is not a real thing. So I had to restart OBS, and then it was like, yeah, hey, by the way, your virtual cam is not a thing. So then I had to restart my computer entirely. Um, so here it is, by the way. So this is the top comment on the Supergirl trailer. Absolute cinema. This is writing at its finest. Superman has. Oh my gosh, bro! All these comments had to be bots, bro.
I can't be like. I miss when I was like, ooh, I want to theorize about this trailer that just came out, and now
I miss
it's
when I was like, bro, new trailer dropped, have to watch it.
yeah, dude. I'm in the middle of class. I see a trailer drop. I'm like, I'm
Okay,
sneaking
bro. Like,
from
let's just
watching a trailer in class. Like
these comments are so cringe. Like, it's YouTube, so I'm not expecting absolute banger comments from. But this is just the slogan of the movie. Like, that was the first promotional image. Look up over look out. That was the first promotional image. It was her. She spray painted out up and put out in. James Gunn, here's a 2-minute Supergirl trailer. Comment section. I love that 1 second of Jason Momoa as Loba. Like, I can't tell if these are real people. Superman still sees his cousin when he looks at you. Do you know what I see? A danger, a threat, a child who can't control herself, who is losing herself. Batman. Supergirl is older than Superman. she's older than Superman.
She's
At least
older.
normally. Normally she is, because normally she's a teen sent with the baby.
Yeah, or at least like
And she
child.
experienced no, she's a teen because she like experienced the fall of Krypton.
I'm saying the bare minimum, she'd
You have
have
the
to be a child.
Yeah, you have the spoiler thing up, by the way, and we're not talking about anything that's spoilers. So we're not spoiling how, unless we're spoiling your enjoyment of this trailer. So
We probably.
Yeah, she's older than Superman. Normally, I don't know.
If they introduced Batman to the DCU in Supergirl,
hold on.
I will have a heart attack.
Hold on. Why would we introduce Batman when we've only had one prison orgy? Oh wait, no, sorry, prison rape and then a different orgy. So we've only had one orgy and one prison rape. Why would we do Batman?
And one of those things was off screen, so it's like
exactly.
It doesn't even really count as one. So really, we've just had the one thing, which is like.
Hold on, wait, hear me out. Wait. Clayface movie. Is this what happens in the DC writers' room, by the way? By the way, a movie that was not written under the assumption, or it was not pitched under the assumption it was going to be in the Gunverse.
It was going to be made to be an Elseworlds movie, and then they're like, nah, just put it in the DC.
And then they were like, dude, did you see how much money we lost with Superman, bro? Can you make this thing for like $35? Can you like, yo, dude, the Batman 2, our director has lost his mind, and the Batman 2 is not coming out for at least 5 more years. We need something.
Just make a movie. Just make a.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? Direct to Netflix in 2028
going. Okay, so first off, we're opening up Superman, right? Obviously, next we want the rest of the Justice League. This is
Jimmy Olsen show.
This is an intern, by the way. This is an
Jimmy Olsen show.
I'm an intern right now. So I assume, James, are we gonna do Batman, Wonder Woman, maybe Flash?
Oh, okay, hold on. I'll be James Gunn.
You be James Gunn. Is that what we're gonna do?
Why do you keep saying my name? Why are you bowing down to me?
Batman?
You want to have sex with my wife? Okay, but there's a line.
John Cena's already. You can't see him, but John Cena's right there. You can't see him.
Oh wait, sorry. Hold on, wait. Okay, my bad. Sorry. I was just imagining. Were you talking about movies? Were you talking about shows or movies? What?
Cast my wife as Jimmy Olsen's girlfriend in the Jimmy Olsen show with Gorilla Grodd.
Hold on, you said Batman? Is that like Black Noir? Is that? Does he do rape?
Does he do coke?
All right, listen. Let's fire this guy and fire whoever hired him, and let's start working on our true crime Jimmy Olsen show.
We're spending too much money on this unpaid intern. Let's go make the Gorilla Grodd Jimmy Olsen show.
James, how are you? Wait, you sure you don't you want to launch your universe with your core trinity of superheroes? Yeah, Supergirl, Superman, and Jimmy Olsen, and Peacemaker, and my wife, of course, and my brother.
And Clayface.
No, Clayface is after. He's not part of the Trinity. Clayface is like
the next best.
Clayface is like our version of the. I'm blanking because Marvel was never stupid enough to do something like this. Clayface is our Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. It's gonna be great for the first 5 minutes, and then it's gonna absolutely suck after that.
Go, wait, why does this exist?
Where's Batman?
Why is this here? Where's Batman?
Technically, if you watch Quincy Commandos, you know Batman is in fact already canon to the DCU.
It's yeah, duh. I would assume so. I'd assume you're not gonna have like established Superman and then do like 9-year-old Bruce Wayne watching his parents die in the next movie. I assume he's already Batman.
We threw this fish person in jail. And a weasel.
These are real decisions being made. Like this is.
By the way, this weasel that we fully thought was a just rabid dog or bear, we shot once, watched children burn to death in front of us when we had plenty of time to run in and save the children from burning to death. somehow managed to pull the weasel from the fire and then proceed to arrest said weasel. And then he showed up in the Suicide Squad movie. And then the fish person we just arrested because they looked weird. What do you mean gods and monsters? 300 years. No, she looked like a fish.
Dude, who cares if metahumans have been around for 300 years according
It's
to our
been,
first
bro,
movie?
look, listen, here's the
They look
deal.
like a
They've
fish.
been around for 300 years. Now they're a problem. All right?
But they weren't. People didn't know about them. Yes, they did.
No. Shut up.
If
Shut up.
metahumans,
You're thinking.
if
You're thinking. Stop.
metahumans were
No.
around
Stop thinking.
in 1725, approximately, I feel like we'd probably know about them by
I think.
Superman.
Hold up. Wait. I think you might have just cracked a code into the DCU. We know who the first metahuman was. Bro, we know who the first metahuman was.
Let me guess. I have a guess.
We know exactly who it was. If it was, they didn't exist until 1725, it had to be Aztec Batman. You see why when I talk about this stuff, I always say WB is a company with all this amazing IP, yet the stupidest company on planet Earth, and there's a reason that they're $50 billion in debt and being sold to Netflix and Paramount. It's because they made Aztec Batman.
Before introducing Batman to the DCU.
Hey, 1725, 300 years, Spanish show up. Just saying, this might be canon.
This could be DCU. Canon.
Only thing missing, James Gunn's wife. So, just saying, that's the missing link. And, bro, I can't, it's like,
bro, I can't.
First,
I can't
bro,
believe-
bravo, James Gunn. You managed to fleece a multi-billion-dollar company into thinking you knew what you were doing.
Giving you hundreds of millions of dollars to make horrible.
When
movies.
all you did for them was come over and make a movie that flopped and lost a lot of money. And then they were like, you know what, you can run the studio. Because that only flopped because of COVID. It had nothing to do with anything else. It's because of COVID. So you can do anything you want. And then you were like, I'm going to spend $500 million, being generous, combined across Superman and Supergirl. It's more like 700 million combined, and they spent 300 million plus for each movie.
Maybe,
but that's not the number they said. So I'll just go with the number they said, because studios have never lied about budgets before, except for every single movie that's ever come out that Disney made.
Money.
Well, the good news is they spent, $3 trillion, but it was $150 million profitable thanks to merch. So
people forget about merch, man. T-shirts.
Don't forget, you can't forget about merch and
T-shirts
that they paid. Remember, they paid to sign to officially stream Superman on HBO Max. They paid HBO Max. They paid WB to have the rights to stream it on HBO Max.
Yeah, WB paid WB to be able to play the thing made by
WB. Whoa! You're making it sound like it's not profitable when you say it out loud.
Whoa, dude. The thing that makes me really angry, that I know is gonna happen when they finally do introduce Batman in the DCU, if it's not Pattinson, is it's gonna be Guardians of the Galaxy, but the Bat family. I know for a fact that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a semi-older Batman, which I don't hate in and of itself, but it's gonna be a Batman who has most likely lost his way and doesn't care about anything. Nightwing.
I think isn't it supposed to be Brave and the Bold? I don't.
It's gonna be Nightwing who cracks jokes the whole time. Red Hood who brings in the I'm gonna kill people. Tim Drake. And probably Barbara Gordon. And it's literally just going to be Guardians of the Galaxy with the Bat family.
That doesn't sound like Guardians of the Galaxy at all. They're not in space.
It's gonna be a ragtag team of.
Hey, whoa! We don't even have a CGI funny animal.
It's gonna be a ragtag team. They're gonna have a bat. They're gonna have a
unfortunate news.
Man bat, Man Bat will be part of the
I do
Bat
have.
family.
All right, I'm gonna put a pause on this bit. I do have unfortunate news. Wicked has let us down, and that means that by all likelihood, unfortunately, Superman is not going to end as the 11th highest grossing movie of the year. It's going to be 10th. So I was hoping for 11th. That way,
Dude,
at the end of the year, when you
Avatar
all on
might
Twitter,
make 700
well,
million
Avatar
in
will
a
make it.
week.
Avatar will make it 10. Avatar will be fine. Avatar's going to knock it down.
Yeah.
But
Oh, is
it's
it still at
9 right
8?
now.
Oh, okay.
So it's at 9.
Gotcha.
So Zootopia 2 like slaughtered the box office in its sleep in China. They love Zootopia for some reason, just like they love blue people. I don't know what's going on. Just saying they got their weird preferences there. Anyway, so that knocks Superman down to 9, and then Avatar will knock it down to 10. And unfortunately, Wicked did underperformed and did not knock Superman down to 11. The only reason, why do you need it to be 11? Because it was going to be hilarious to watch, DC fan news tweet out 11 the top 11 grossing superhero movies, or the top 11 grossing movies of the year.
Now they're gonna have to post the top 10 superhero movies of the year instead of the top 10 movies of the year.
Superman ends the year as the top grossing superhero movie of all time in the first year where a superhero project didn't hit 700 million at the box office. And whoa, what was that? Whoa, that must have been the wind.
Ooh, got beat by like 4 animated projects, by the way.
Yeah. Zootopia 2 did $260 million domestically, and it did $878 million foreign.
Holy crap.
Which includes $502 million from China.
What? That's
now,
half.
normally I would
That's
be like,
half the money
well,
they
I
got.
wouldn't trust China's numbers. But I don't really see any reason why China would need to lie about the Zootopia 2 box office numbers.
Yeah, it wasn't
Nausea
like
2
where they're like, it
Nausea
made
2
$5 trillion.
Yeah, Nausea 2 I'm still not convinced about. But Zootopia 2, I'm like,
I
they
know why
don't
they
really
would
have a reason to
lie
lie about that
an
one.
American
So.
movie. I guess they just really like Zootopia.
Yeah, they would have no reason to lie about it. So that one, I'm assuming, is the real number. And dude, what is there any other movie that comes out this year than Avatar? Movies, really?
I don't think so. I mean, not anything that's like consequential.
Come on, man. Guys, the SpongeBob movie is amazing. We need to go see that for $700 million. Guys, FNAF 2 is a cinematic masterpiece.
I know what we said last week. I know what we said last week.
Last
we
week.
were lying. We were lying. That was
Last week.
That was an AI
This is
generated
hold on,
show.
Jake. Stop. This is the MCU. We ignore the previous work, and we just make the story we want for this one.
Thank you.
I want Superman to be the 11th grossing movie of the year.
So FNAF is the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
And you have to watch it right now.
You have to watch it today or.
And can I just say, shame on Americans for not going to see F1 more, because it only made 189 million domestically, and it should have easily cleared $1 billion. It is by far still my favorite movie of the year. It's what, that, and then Warfare.
Yeah, I think mine's
and then
F1 Warfare.
I don't know, Sinners is up there somewhere.
Mine's F1 Warfare, Demon Slayer.
I haven't watched the Frankenstein movie, but I'm sure that might be up there. I don't know.
That's true. I've heard really good things about it, and it looks good. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Well, it was in theaters for like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, this is why we don't want WB to be bought out by Netflix, because they release. Oh no, you know what's gonna easily top that in the top list of movies? Knives Out 3, written by Ryan Johnson. The GOAT.
He's gonna write the whole mystery without knowing what the ending is.
Well, no, that's what he does. Like he doesn't. Did you watch Knives Out 2? Knives Out 1 is stupid, but Daniel Craig and Chris Evans and Ana de Armas. Well, Ana de Armas is not that good in the movie, but the other two are really good in the movie. Did you watch the second one though?
No, I knew it was gonna be bad.
It's the dumbest thing ever. The whole point of it is that the guy got so lucky by being so stupid. And it makes it, and so the reason that James Bond didn't solve it was because he was overthinking it, because it was actually dumb.
Right. Yeah, that's like if Neil deGrasse Tyson just couldn't do long division.
Okay, well, Neil deGrasse Tyson is not exactly, you know, he knows a lot about space. That's about all I'll say about Neil deGrasse
Okay,
Tyson.
that's like if a rocket scientist can't do long division.
I'm just saying Neil deGrasse Tyson says that there's no biological difference between a man and a woman. So,
Well, okay, that was the first smart
it
person
wouldn't
I
shock
thought
me
of.
if he could do long division. Is all I'm saying.
I
That'd be
just said
like
the first scientist
that'd
I
be
thought
like if Diddy was not a big fan of kids.
and dudes, baby oil, parties.
I watched the first. I'm gonna watch the 50 Cent diss
I
documentary.
can't wait to watch that documentary.
On Netflix. It's so funny that he has enough money that he didn't do a diss track on Diddy. He just released a diss documentary.
Dude, all his press is so funny because he's literally just smiling.
Well, he only
ear
is
to
doing
ear talking about
ABC.
how
He's
much he
only doing
despises it.
ABC because that's the
That's what
only
Diddy's
thing that
watching.
shows in the theater in the prison.
Genuinely
And
the
can I just
best
say,
hater ever.
like, how stupid, how much of an idiot is? Okay, obviously P Diddy's an idiot and a bad person, but like I'm just watching the first 5 minutes and it's literally just a guy recording him. While he's like, "Bro, I raped all of them. I raped them all." But like, we can't say that. All right, Mr. Lawyer Man, did you get that camera guy? He's like, I'm like, dude, you're just actively admitting to all of these crimes on camera that you let this guy, you, by the way, let this videographer come in and like record. Like, are you stupid?
I think at that point he was just like too cocky about everything because he literally just got away with like.
It was a week before he
everything
was
for years.
arrested.
Oh, it was that recent?
Yes, he
I haven't
knew.
watched
Like
any
they
of it yet.
actively, he's talking on the phone with his lawyer about like this indictment's coming, and he's like, "We gotta, we think this, that," and he's like, "Well, no, here's the deal. I did it, but our side of the story has to be I didn't do it, even though I did it." Like it's like he's just actively like talking shit to his lawyer, and he's like, "You're stupid as hell." Man. This guy is. There's no one like this guy's dumb.
That's so funny.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, point is, Supergirl. Look, the fact that you had the audacity to, not say truth, justice, in the American way in your movie, and then you're like, truth, justice, and whatever. Yeah, cool. Just we get that you don't like Superman. You have no clue. You have no clue what Superman is. So
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we're gonna get to this in a minute, and I'm going to go more in depth when we actually get to it. But it genuinely infuriates me that a Batman comic that's literally inspired by like a Christmas story has a better representation of Superman than the Superman movie.
Yeah.
It does.
Is there any Jimmy Olsen in it though? How about orgies?
It is lacking in that area.
Here's the deal. You are expecting both plot and characters.
Mm-hmm.
Stories don't need that.
I forgot about that. I forgot stories don't need plot.
They need stuff to happen, and there needs to be a funny poo ha ha every once in a while.
That's still the funniest sentence ever spoke. Dude, movies don't need plot, bro. If you have characters, it doesn't matter.
I'm not convinced that wasn't James Gunn's burner.
That might have been James Gunn.
The intelligence in the commenting was like,
I think it was Sean Gunn.
No, I don't think Sean. I think Sean Gunn's probably like sitting in this like, how the hell did James convince them? He knew what he was doing.
How am I still getting
Dude, I read this script. Why the hell did Lex Luthor only make one Kryptonian?
Why didn't he make like 1 million?
Dude, if this guy hates metahumans so much, why did he make 2 of them to take out one of them? Why is he so mad?
Why couldn't he control one of them?
Why is he so mad?
Why did he make any that weren't just clones he could control?
Why is Lex Luthor hate Superman? He's petty.
Why am I still getting acting jobs?
He's petty. He was petty.
Oh right, yeah, that's really
bro.
Good
okay,
writing.
Yeah. So anyway, comics used to be good. And there's all kind. DC has some of the best one-shot stories out there,
Oh
or
yeah.
Elseworld stories is the proper term. And there's one that's about Batman specific. Batman and what's the term? Holidays just kind of go together. Not
Mm-hmm.
because he has a villain who specifically does attacks on the holidays. He's weirdly not as involved in those stories as you'd think. Um, but because they just do. And
Because
obviously
Batman in the Snow is awesome.
one of the most famous Batman stories ever is The Long Halloween, which is not just on Halloween. That's where they get you. It's actually just every holiday, and he's stopping the holiday killer. Again, not
That's where they
Calendar
get
Man,
you.
weirdly. It was like, hey, we got this sick Calendar Man idea, and they were like, what if he just sat in a prison cell and did nothing?
What if he wasn't the Calendar Man?
No, so he is. So the Long Halloween's good. You should read that at some point as well. And it's that's the one that everyone who's like, I like Batman. Okay, have you read Long Halloween? No, you don't like Batman. So do you
I need
plan
to.
to read Long Halloween? No, you really don't like Batman. That's kind of. But
I
like
think
all
that's my next comic read.
The Arkham games, 3 of them take place on a holiday.
Mm-hmm.
The VR game takes place on the 4th of July. Well, build up to 4th of July. Arkham Asylum, it doesn't actually take place on a holiday, but I always play it on Halloween anyway. Arkham City doesn't take place on a holiday, but it's Arkham City. And then Arkham Knight is Halloween, and then Origins, of
is
course, Christmas Eve. And if you like Batman Arkham Origins and Christmas Eve, you can tune in to my live stream on Christmas Eve where I'm going to be playing Batman Arkham Origins. So, just a thought. And
I'll be tuned
yeah,
in.
so it just goes together well. And then Batman one-shot stories are again, Elseworlds are fun. One of the best ones, again, another recommendation I'd throw out there is Gotham by Gaslight. If you're into like the Victorian London era stuff, Jack the Ripper, it's a banger one. So basically Batman is hunting Jack the Ripper in the 1800s. That's why it's Gotham by Gaslight, because gaslight street lamps, not electricity. And yeah, electricity's around it. Shut up, bro. All right. But anyway, there's a lot of good ones, and one of the best is an adaptation, really. It's technically Elseworlds still, yes, but it is essentially just applying Batman to a story that isn't Batman, and that is an adaptation of A Christmas Carol, the Charles Dickens novel.
Mm-hmm.
Dickens, I believe. Nope, I don't want to say that before I know for a fact. But yes, Charles Dickens wrote A Christmas. What is it? A Christmas Carol? That is the actual
I believe so. A Christmas Carol.
story of Scrooge and it's the ghost story. Scrooge is visited by the ghost of Christmas, past, present, and yet to come, or future, if you like to say it easily. And yeah, so it's a really good adaptation. There's great art in it. I gotta
really
figure out
cool.
who wrote it really quickly.
It was
and
hold on, I can go back to this.
who wrote Batman? Lee Bermejo, and I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, Lee. You wrote a great Batman adaptation, and his inspiration was, of course. I don't know who did. I think he might have done the art as well.
Dude,
he's a writer and an artist, but yes,
really good.
Yep, he is a writer and an artist, and I am not certain. Definitely a chance that was a direct inspiration to Zack Snyder's terrible plan of Flash coming back in the past and telling Batman that Lois is the key. I'm only saying that because I would find it hilarious if that was true. But yeah, anyway, there's one particular moment where I was leading. I was like, hey, look, it's the scene from Justice League. See where Flash goes back. Yeah, when he first thinks of Robin. He's sitting in his computer.
Oh, yeah.
Robin appears, and I'm like, hey, it's Lois is the key. Lois is the key. But anyway, so it opens, and the thing that's cool about it is it's basically literally just the Christmas Carol story is happening, is like being read, and then there's just images to go. It's unclear at the time if you're like, because I haven't actually read Dickens' novel. Call me a casual. I'm not a Dickens bro. All right, unlike
I got the Muppets version. I know the story.
I know. I saw it on a play one time. All right, I know Scrooge obviously, and he kind of appeared in Polar Express, sort of, but that wasn't actually Scrooge. But that was, that whole thing. Polar Express is a weird movie. And anyway, so that's being read, and it's about Scrooge, and and there's your average. I don't remember the guy's name in
Bob.
actual Christmas Carol. It is Bob, and I don't know if
Yeah.
it's like I said, I don't know it well enough to know that it is exactly the same as in Christmas Carol. But
I
Bob,
think the
and it's
characters' names are the same because I think the dad's Bob, and then the kid in Noel is also like Little Timmy.
yes,
So
but
it's
again, it's
literally
not
like,
actually. That's not actually their names. We don't actually ever know the character in Noel's names.
yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
That is the telling of a Christmas. That is the telling. That is that guy telling his kid the story of a Christmas Carol. It's two different stories happening. They just happen. It's again, and it is. It's like magic. It's a
I
direct
don't
parallel.
think so because at the end it's him.
Yes, he's telling his kid the story of a Christmas Carol.
Yeah, he's telling it, but he's telling like what happened to them with the
Yeah, but
parallels.
he
Of,
doesn't know that Batman talked to Superman.
yeah, that's true.
And I could be wrong on this, but that's my read of it. Is that it's literally like he's telling a story, and it's like, and then it's like almost yes, this is happening, but it's also this is again, this is what he's telling his kid. I don't, but yes, it's Tiny Tim is. Now Bob is not a character in. It's Tom, right? The Tom is the kid in. Is it Tom and Noel, or is it Tim?
I think
Either way,
it's Little Timmy.
it's so the actual Christmas Carol characters are Tiny Tim and Bob Cratchit. So yes, I maybe I'm wrong. I don't actually think that the dad's name is Bob. I think he's literally just a random guy.
Well, no, he
And
has
he
the
has his
patch
son.
on the end when it shows
Oh,
him.
he does.
Yeah, he
Okay,
has a
well
patch.
then,
His name's
okay,
Bob.
I don't like
It's
it. I
him in
don't
the
like that as
story.
much. That's stupid. But it's the exact. Okay, either way, because then why would they call him Scrooge? Whatever. That's a little nitpick. That can be a little nitpick, but
Well, because he's not gonna. Well, like he's telling a version of it that he would tell his kid, and he's
yes,
telling
but
like what his
no,
dad
hold on,
told
hold on.
him.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm literally just sitting here saying I'm saying this because he's the characters he's telling. Yes, I understand that now, but it is like I almost like the idea more. That's just more of a nitpick. I just was under that assumption, but that's a good point that you actually noticed that it does in fact say Bob on the patch there. But yes,
Yeah,
so I guess that is the same name. Cringe. Anyway,
it makes sense though because like Batman is his Scrooge.
I'm aware they first off they actually paint it out as like you think Joker's technically who the Scrooge is.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what they want you to think. And I honestly, so I remembered a little bit about Noel. I didn't actually remember that it was just a direct adaptation of A Christmas Carol. And then they started reading it, and I was like, oh yeah, Joker's Scrooge. And then I was also reading, I was like, no, he's not. But yeah, so it's like they're like, oh, what's his name? I can't remember his name. It's right on the tip of my tongue. And it's like you're thinking, and he's holding out a note because he's talking about his boss. He's holding out a note that says like, "You're working for me. Smile. It's all about Joker."
Yeah.
And then he says, obviously, his name is Scrooge, because that you just know you're getting the Chris But you kind of expect him to say Joker. It's not actually Joker. And then as you're reading it, it's like you're still pretty convinced that Joker's Scrooge, but then it's kind of like
he's talking about like he's currently like committing a crime for Joker, and he's talking about how Scrooge like won't let him take the holiday off.
yes,
And then he finally like admits or like he allows him to
But
take
then-
the holiday off with the promise that tomorrow is gonna be like way worse.
and then it
essentially.
becomes more clear that it's actually talking about Batman.
Yeah.
So, and that's not right away until it cuts away. He sprints home. Batman is real place to tracker on him because eventually, the whole goal. So basically, Joker broke out of prison, and Batman wants to catch him.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to do that, he scared this guy. He scared Bob into dropping the money. And then Bob ran home. He knows Joker's gonna come collect this. Bob's got a kid at home. This is your classic, the classic. I don't understand Batman person, and kind of it's like, oh yeah, what if they were just trying to feed their family?
Mm-hmm.
This is that guy. It's like he just shot it to the elbow of a working man.
You just beat him up, and so
Yeah, it's like it's that classic
that's
joke of
literally
Batman.
the point of this comic
it's like-
too. Is
it is like
this
that's-
Batman is older, cruel, and bitter.
But it's like that's the classic Batman joke
Yeah.
is oh, what he's just gonna beat up
You're
some
still
random
first fan. It's like
some random father of like because he couldn't afford rent that week, and it's like realistically, most people Batman does go and beat the crap out of are like actively doing violent crimes, but
Mm,
it is a good little like this is kind of a story where that does happen. He's actively and he
yeah.
does say you don't know what was in that bag. You should go to jail right now. That we never
Mm,
actually find out what's in the bag. I don't believe, but
no, I don't think it really
um,
matters to the
it
story.
doesn't. But I was just saying I don't actually think we technically do. So it's come home and his kid is playing with a dead bush from Minecraft. Um, it's the same art model. He put a it says a old soup can for the ornament, but that is a
Looks like
Miller Lite can.
yeah,
Like it's a light beer.
yeah,
And then also a beer bottle. So it when I was looking at it, it's kind of like the soup can is more the pot, but it says specifically the ornament is an old soup can. But
yeah.
that it doesn't actually matter. And then he put the Superman logo on the Army Man's chest. Because
Mm,
Superman's Christmassy with all the big colors. His dad blows him off at first because he's terrified of both Batman and Joker. Um, and again, he's talking to his kid. His kid's like, "We should need Batman ornament," and he's like, "No, Batman's
whoa,
scary."
whoa, no, Batman's horrible.
He's like, "No, Batman's scary." And then, and so then it is at that point revealed
That Batman
fully, in
is the
case you hadn't
Scrooge.
clicked it out, in case you hadn't worked it out already, which I started to, but I was kind of like, is the story now trying to like misdirect me into thinking Batman Scrooge? Because like I said, I didn't exactly remember, and then it started clicking in, but like then it's like Scrooge had everything, and it cuts to Wayne Manor, and
Mm-hmm.
we start to see Batman. He's sitting here looking at Joker. He's watching. He's got a security camera on the house of Bob and his kid,
Mm-hmm.
and he has an argument. He's got a cold. That's a big thing.
Yeah,
He's all sick. That's
he's sick.
important
He's
throughout this
old.
whole kind of old.
He's
He doesn't look
older.
super old.
He
Yeah,
doesn't look
well,
old, but they like
he's gone
talk
through
about him as
Robin,
old the
and
whole
it's very
time.
unclear to me if this is supposed to be like Death of the Family, where it's like after Robin was killed by Joker type thing, or if this is just also ulterior. Also, Robin has died in this universe. It's not just Death of the Family,
Yeah,
and
it seems just like its own separate thing. Where just like, oh, Robin is dead.
yes, Lois is the key. And then he has a vision of Robin, and it's revealed to him that he will have 3 visitors throughout the night. This is classic A
Yeah.
Christmas Carol with Scrooge. So, like I said, Scrooge, you know that ghost of future, past, present. Ghost of past, present, and future, or yet to come. It is. I don't remember the exact ones in the A Christmas Carol, but it's who is it? Let me look real quick. Jacob Marley. Who are all these characters? I don't remember. Ghost of Christmas Past. The first to visit Scrooge, a curiously childlike apparition, glowing head. Ghost of Christmas Present. The second is a majestic giant clad in green robe. And then Ghost of Yet to Come is the silent phantom clad in a hooded black robe. He presents Scrooge with an ominous view of his lonely death. So in this one, it actually swaps those out. So we have Catwoman, Superman, and Joker. As
Mm-hmm.
Catwoman is past, Superman is present, and Joker is yet to come.
I have a
And
short analysis for each of them once we get to
okay,
the end.
yeah,
If
yeah.
we want to go
So
through the plot first, and then I have like an
yeah,
analysis of what each
and
one
then it's
meant.
from that. So it is just basic a Christmas, a Christmas Carol. It isn't much of a Batman story. It's very basic. It
Very
is
simple
Batman.
story.
Batman is using this guy to trap Joker.
Yeah.
He does have to go through his character growth of like he's old. He's going through Scrooge's character. It's literally a Christmas Carol, but it's like this is Batman. It's an adaptation. That's what an
Mm.
adaptation is.
Yeah.
So Catwoman's flirting with him, and he's like,
He's like
get out of
tired
here,
of the
whore.
old doing the same old game every time, the same banter, the same.
Yeah, and he
chase,
chases her, and then falls off the roof.
falls off the roof, and just
And is like all of his
smacks the
bones
ground.
are shattered, and
Yeah,
then
he's
Superman shows up. But anyway, Catwoman shows him his past and like when he used to not be such a deadbeat loser.
Mhm.
And
shows
then
what he
Superman
was.
shows up.
Do
Yeah,
you want me to
Superman
read
shows
through
up.
it now, or wait till we're done? To do
Let me just blow through this because I'm almost done. And
All right.
Superman shows up and he's like, "Carry me to my car." Under one condition, they stop by the guy's house to check on it. Superman's like, "Dude, you're literally using a kid as bait. What's up with that?" And then literally picks him up and flies him around and talks about it. And so Superman. Oh wow, so hard to write Superman. Really impossible. And then
Mhm.
Superman basically
I'll get
tells him
more on
like,
that later.
yeah, Superman is basically like, you need to. There's a better way to go about this. People are gonna look at you not good. Blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Batman then goes start his car to return home because he's all basically at death's door. His car blows up, and he is basically dead. Joker drags him to a cemetery, dumps him in a grave where I got to Batman does see his past vision. It's revealed his grave, which I found this funny. Was here lies a bat. He died boring, predictable, and nobody loved him. Joker doesn't ever say a word to him, much like the Ghost of Future doesn't say a word to Scrooge, and shows him basically what his death will look like. Joker then shows up at their house. And he gets really hooked on this whole clue idea. That was Joker's whole bit for this murder, I guess. And then right when he's about to kill Bob, Batman breaks in. And yes, I'm also very stupid, and now remembering Joker actively was calling him Bob the whole time. And Batman breaks in, knocks the gun out of his hand. Bob picks it up and is ready to shoot Joker in the head. Joker doing his classic, I don't want you to do it. Come on, hit me. Hit me. I want you to hit me. Shoot me. Yeah, Batman's like, you're not a bad guy. Bob, this isn't you. This isn't you, Bob.
He does the old, no, you're not a criminal. Show your man,
Yeah.
or show your son the kind of man you are. Show him what a hero
And then
is.
everyone lived happily ever after. Bob and Tim got a little Christmas tree. Batman got some sleep.
Bruce
Jim
moves
Gordon
forward and tries to be better, basically.
Yeah, Jim Gordon, it's hanging out, and kid dressed as a cape, and then his dad ends. What do you think the moral of the story is? So that is Batman Noel. Very good comic, very quick, very short, very easy read. The art's
Very
good.
easy read. I read it in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, if you like a good Christmas story, if you like Batman, go ahead and check it out. I would highly recommend it. Before you get into your character analysis, there was actually a quote that if I can even find it, I will read it real quick. Oh, I hope I didn't just shut my whole computer off. my tablet just. Let me see this real quick. So, is this the quote? It was a Superman quote, and I was like, "Hey, look, Superman doing Superman things." And I know we're going to talk about that, but it was just like an actual. Okay, sorry. So, sometimes this is Superman speaking to Batman. Sometimes I realize that spending so much time above the world makes me forget that there are millions of people out there living their lives, decent lives. I look down and see, and then Batman interjects in there. You look down on people. Ooh, things like that. Maybe Hollywood. They think Superman looks down on people. I don't know. And then Superman says, "Not in the same way you do. Look at your people. Take a second and look as hard at your lambs as you do your lions. Sometimes I think that helping people, saving people, can be just as easy as showing them your face, the face of someone exactly like them." And then Batman says, "Showing your face is easy when a bullet can bounce off." And then again, there's some arguments.
Like the lambs and lions line. I really like because this like older Batman, it talks about in another spot. It talks about how he spends like so much time in the dirt that he doesn't even realize he's dirty anymore.
Yes.
So he spends literally all of his time just focusing on fighting the bad, and he takes no time focusing on what's good. So I thought the lions and lambs line.
Well, it does all
was
tie together.
really
So
good.
because of his past, he doesn't have his past anymore. Superman shows him his present, and then because of what Superman told him, that's why his future will look how it does, which is he crawls in the dirt, he gets used to it, and you realize you haven't showered. And then after that, basically from then, the Scrooge story does still go on. Joker breaks in the house, like we said. But yes, Superman was very good in this. He is the most interesting ghost. I like the Joker as a ghost. I thought it was a little weird, but I like the Superman one. Was good. And it was just when I was reading it, dude. It's like we've said this. I like Corn Sweat as Superman, and it's not his fault. It was written like it is, but it's like this is Superman. Like he's like. Could you imagine that character we saw in the Superman movie, like doing that? Like even 10 years down the line, doing this. It's like he's 3 years in. He's still basically Superboy.
Yeah.
And like, could you imagine him picking up Batman and flying with him like he's a child and like lecturing life lessons to him, essentially? It's like, I just couldn't. But yeah, that was like the main thing that stuck out to me. I wasn't even planning on talking about like James Gunn's Superman, but it was like, that's so notable to me of like, the writer of this, whose name I immediately forgot again, Lee, it's Lee, right? Yeah, Lee Bermejo. Again, sorry if you're not Hispanic at all, and I'm just extremely racist. He, I'm trying to look right now to see if he's written any Superman. He wrote so he has done some writing on Action Comics, it looks like, but he's not a Superman writer by trade. He writes mostly like these deconstruction kind of story, not quite full deconstruction, but a lot of them are deconstruction.
2 lines in particular, actually 3 that were like
Yeah.
This is when he first sees Superman. Um, the second was big, larger than life. Literally, he dressed colorfully too. Kind of ridiculous, Scrooge thought. It was the eyes that were the most troubling. Too deep and kind for a man with such an impressive physical presence. And then on the next page, it's his hands were large and looked powerful, like he could crush Scrooge's frail body like a walnut shell. But there was something familiar, an odd warmth both from outside and from within the giant of a man. Those three lines are literally just like describe what Superman is. Write those three lines. Boom. Make it a movie. Boom.
When does Supergirl come in drunk and call him a bitch?
That's later. That's after. That's after.
Okay, when does it get revealed that he's there to rape everybody?
It's just like that's literally
Is that before he meets Batman? And
someone
then he's
writing an
showing up
Elseworlds
to rape
Batman
him?
story
Or
doing literally just like a Christmas Carol nails the like perfect exact what Superman is supposed to be in a single line.
yeah, writers used to know how to write Superman.
Literally just the eyes too deep and kind for a man that's so physically impressive. It's like boom, Superman. And then
Again,
I have my
wins the
little
rape.
little
Like even bro, this guy doesn't understand Superman. Holy Snyder, bro, am I right, guys? You don't want your Superman raping? This guy loves Snyder.
Holy Schneider. But the Catwoman, the first Ghost Catwoman represented Batman's youth, his eagerness, vigor, joy, and everything he used to be. The years of getting his hands dirty had hardened and perverted him until he was a completely different person. She makes him reflect on who he was and how he has changed. Superman represents the hope, kindness, optimism, and second chances that Bob, the city, and Batman himself so desperately need. He shows Batman how people are good, quote, the sheep, not the lions, like I was talking about earlier. How much hope, goodness, and everyday mundane people, as well as. Wait, hold on. What? Oh,
Classic Snyder, bro.
Sorry, I have like bullet point notes and I'm just reading them verbatim instead of reading and then saying what I'm. So, he shows Superman like when he flies around and shows him. He shows how much hope, goodness that just like everyday boring mundane people have. And then he shows, especially when he goes and sees the Gordons with Superman, he shows that people don't see Batman as a symbol of hope, but a symbol of fear, and they're unsure of what he really is and scared of what he could be. In the city, in all of Batman's time in Gotham, like Superman shows him that the city hasn't changed, he has. And then Joker slash Death slash I kind of thought of like, yeah, it was just like Joker and Death. This represents Batman's legacy and memory. If he doesn't change, he will be remembered as angry, cruel, violent, and terrifying. His legacy won't be that of a hero, only of the pain he left behind and the lives he hurt. No one would mourn the cruel old man. I remember the metaphor of the car. It was like he sees himself
Cadillac
as like
and
the nice
the old
Cadillac, but he's like a broken down old junker, and you don't remember all the times, like all the good times with the car. You remember having to, restart it in the cold. And then the Joker like made him realize that he had to change and do better.
Yeah. So yes, I won't say there's not too much more to analyze because again most of it is just a Christmas Carol, so you're kind of just analyzing the Christmas Carol characters. But that's a good coverage of how the Batman stuff ties in. I want to mostly just credit Lee, the author, on this because like I don't know how much of it was his idea. I'm assuming most of it, but like to be able to read a Christmas Carol and be like I can make this fit to Batman and have it fit as well as it does is that takes creativity, and that's something you don't get with comics these days. Absolute Batman has sold 20 copies, which is yes, 20 times more than most comics have been selling. But yes, Absolute Batman was okay, but it's like there's nothing in Absolute Batman that you like that like is actually read, and it's like, and I'm like, wow, that's just that's awesome
It's
character
not like
work with
great
said
story.
character.
It's literally just like wow moments, and it's like,
Bro, it's
oh, look,
literally
Batman.
it is literally the boys fans for comics.
Yes.
It's like, whereas the boys fans are like, dude, did you see the head exploded? Absolute Batman fans are like, dude, he's huge.
Look
he
how
murdered
big Bane
he
is,
beat the
bro.
crap out of that guy.
Look how big Bane is. He beat that guy. What? That's crazy. It's a comic book.
So if you had any interest in getting into comics in general, I would first off, any Batman like Elseworld story is a good entry point. You don't need to know anything other than the character of Batman. But yes, I would highly recommend picking up Batman Noel. It's the holiday season. If you can find it physical, get you a physical. Art's always better to look at in person, but digital always works as well. And it still looks really good. The art is very good, not modern comic art, which is nice. And yeah, so I would recommend Batman Noel and Batman Arkham Origins, but that's different.
Play
Anyway,
Origins.
uh,
The voice acting is awesome.
yes, that is the other thing I love about all this is every time I read Batman comics now, it's always Kevin Conroy's voice in my head when I'm reading it. So it was Conroy while I was reading this one. It was Hamill while I was getting Joker. So you get the voices and you get them going in your head. You'll always read it like that once you're familiar with those voices. Superman was kind of just like it was more. I didn't really have a voice in my head when I was reading
I
it.
don't
I
have like
wasn't
one
picturing
particular.
Cornsweat because he's too white. Like he's too much of a boy in the movie. He's not Superman, and this is
I don't really
Superman.
have like a voice that's been in anything. I just have like it's like just a generic deep.
It's just
like,
Superman. Yeah, exactly. So yes, but yeah, we're gonna work towards wrapping up here. And before we go, Jake, what you've been playing anything? I know you're on break. You've been playing or watching anything new or old that you're replaying
Mm,
slash rewatching or
I'm trying to think. I rewatched F1 the other day.
nice
Still holds up.
samesies.
Really, it's just a fun movie. Like
It's like a fun movie and the story doesn't suck as opposed to no, I get that like I get that
the
like this is
story
the
and the
worst
plot
written
suck,
I
but it's
get that this
fun.
is the worst dumb stupid written thing ever, but it's fun.
It's like
Why do you hate
fun.
fun so
It's
bro?
fun and it's good. It's a
It's a
super
2
simple
out of
story.
10 movie, but it's fun.
It's a super
And
simple
then
story.
F1's like it's a 6 out of
It
10. Like
makes
F1 is a
sense.
true like 6 out of 10 movie to be like 6 to what a 6 to 10 like 6 out of 10 movie used to be. Now it's like a 9 out of 10. But it's like basic story, characters are good enough. 6 out of it's like that would be a 6 out of 10. But now it's
Yeah.
like, bro, this is 9 out of 10 material. So I won't complain, but it would be like this used to be like, hey, that was a pretty good movie that came out this year that I saw.
Mm,
Um, it's very Bullet Train to me, and I know that's like two very different movies, but it's a similar feeling, and both Brad Pitt, ironically, but it's a similar feeling where it's like a movie I watched. I'm like, that was a lot of fun. I like that.
yeah. Every time I
And the
watch
story
Bullet
is
Train, I'm just like, I enjoyed that, and the story was cool.
Bullet Train's more stupid, the story, but
It's more dumb. It's more silly, but it's still very fun. And it like the silliness doesn't. I'm not sitting there going like this.
I haven't watched Bullet Train. I don't think I've actually watched Bullet Train since it was on theaters. But every time I think of Bullet Train, I think positively about it. So I will.
It's just it's not like it's not a cinematic masterpiece. It's just like a good movie.
Yeah. Anyway, you anything else?
Um,
So F1.
pretty much just F1. That's about it.
What are you even doing all break?
I don't know. Sitting around.
You haven't played any game? Like you haven't done
I've been
anything?
playing Call of Duty. Call
Okay.
of Duty mostly. Little Brawl
All
Stars.
right.
Little Brawl Stars.
All right.
And then there's something else I played. I don't remember what it was. I don't even
Well,
remember.
I started a new Cyberpunk playthrough.
Nice, nice.
I'm actually doing net running this time instead of my basic like classic action. Normally I get the guns and all the cool, but I was like, you know what? I'm actually gonna try the whole net running thing.
Yeah.
So I'm actually doing that, and then that's mostly what I've been playing. But then
Never mind. Continue.
I rewatched Die Hard for my video, and then made the Die Hard video. But other than that, I really haven't done that much.
I always just I do like a max strength, max intelligence gorilla run playthrough. Or gorilla
Yeah.
arm. So I literally just beat people up, and then I'll just hit people with like quick hacks.
Yeah, I'm trying to actually change it up this time. So
Yeah, I've
So-
played it 3 times, and I've done that all 3 times, and I've also
Yeah,
done
I've
the
done it.
Pan
I've
Am
played it
ending
3
all
times.
three
I've done
times,
that.
and I was like, I kind of need to switch up.
Yeah, I'm changing stuff. I'm actually playing this female V, so Pan Am ending is off is off the cards now.
Every time you get a
So-
call Pan Am, it's not even worth. I'm not even gonna help
Yeah.
you.
Well, I still need that sniper because it's like a stealth and net runner build. So it's like
That's
I
a
still
good
need
point.
that.
That's a
I
good
still need
point.
that sniper. So
That's a good point.
yeah, it's gotta be platonic though. That's stupid.
Yeah, just homies.
No. Yeah, so I'm actually it's manually forcing myself to change. Who knows? If I don't like the character that much, maybe I'll end up it'll just be like, you know what, Johnny, you can have the body, bro. It ain't that deep.
You can take over, bro.
But I am looking forward. This will be the first time I play Phantom Liberty, like actually in the middle of my playthrough, and not just like I had the game 100% completed and then Phantom Liberty came out and I went back and played it. So
Yeah.
that'll be interesting. I still won't do the ending because I know that one sucks. So I'm gonna probably try to get. I might try to get the like you walk in the building solo ending. I don't know. We'll see. I'm nowhere near getting to the ending yet. But yeah. All right. This has been the Christmas episode.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, whatnot, etc.
We don't say Happy Holidays around here. We say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So
Yeah, you're right.
yeah. So that's what we're about here. We're not inclusive. We don't like other people.
No,
Yeah, there will be no show next week, but on Wednesday I will be live at some point. I don't know exactly when, but we'll be playing through midnight into actual Christmas. We're beating Batman Arkham Origins. For me, it'll be like the 30 millionth time. It's my favorite Arkham game, but I don't care. I want to keep playing it. I'll still play it every year when it's Christmas time. I don't give a crap. Stop me. Try and stop me. See what happens.
It's the only non Kevin Conroy voice acting that I'm like, this is just as good.
And that's because I think it's Roger Craig, but I could be wrong. Sounds like a young Kevin Conroy.
Yeah,
like a young,
like
angry Kevin Conroy.
Angry Kevin, and it's like,
yeah. He did the voice act in the VR game too, and the actual VR game. Arkham VR does exist, but I can't play that one, so I never refer to that one as the VR game. So yes, he's very good in that as well. And Troy Baker is very good as a young Joker.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Arkham Origins is my favorite Arkham game, and you will never be able to talk me out of that. As much as I know people love Arkham City, it's a good game, but it's a banger. Arkham Origins is a banger. City's still a banger. We're like comparing.
City's good.
We're comparing 11 out of 10s to 10.5 out of 10s. Like there's not that much separating these. Arkham Knight's the only one where I'm like, it's a 9 out of 10. Asylum, I'm like, that's like a 10.5 out of 10. City is like a 10.5 out of 10, and Origins is like a 10.6 out of 10. It's like, yes, technically Origins is better, but it's like, and then it's like Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. That's like a 30 out of 10. Best one in the trilogy. My favorite part was how Harley Quinn shot Kevin Conroy, Batman, in the head and killed him, and then they played all the Batman Arkham themes to make you sad. And on that happy note, well, it's time to end. I'll go Jeremy Clarkson for the closing there. On that bombshell, it's time to end. You check out all of Jake's links in the descriptions. Allegedly video coming at some point in the new year. And allegedly it'll release, and allegedly we'll be streaming there again at some point. But until further notice, still streaming exclusively on this channel. I've got one more video I've started planning. Don't know if it'll be out before the new year. But anyway, have a Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope to see anybody out there on Christmas Eve. And yeah, have a good one.
Merry
Adios.
Christmas and Happy New Year.